But let's just start with the fan mail, huh? So, the first letter is the individual letter. It is from a Mr. What I thought this was a Mrs. for sure. An Eowyn Maloney. Eowyn Maloney. Here we go. So, in the matter of the complaint of Eowyn Maloney, and I'll tell you guys a brief story. The first time I got one of these, I went to the post office during my work day at my law office. I was commenting on the Dick Masterson case. So we're talking this was a long time ago. And the first time I got one of these, I opened up, this big letter, thick envelope from the lawyer's professional responsibility office in Minnesota here. And my heart was going like 100 miles an hour, right? Because it doesn't say what it is. Like it just says from there. And I'd never seen one of these letters at all. I open the letter and it says, in the matter of the complaint of Kevin Landau. And I lost my fucking mind. I was like, are you serious? Are you kidding? Like I was at this mix of apprehension and anger and comedy. Like I'm laughing, but I'm also mad because at that time, like they don't tell you how to handle anything like this. There's nothing like there's no training for, that first time you get an ethics letter in law school. And I think a lot of lawyers probably go through their careers without ever getting one. I mean, I never had any complaints from any clients. Well, I shouldn't say I never had any complaints. I did have one client who was really pissed off about my advice on on a deposition that was upcoming. But that's a different story than an ethics complaint, right? So in relation to my actual practice of law, I have 0 ethics complaints. But in relation to YouTube, I now have 56. But that first one, man, I was a little bit of a wreck, and I didn't know to read this part right here. Like, I didn't get that. Like, my brain didn't process that this existed. I just had this like 11-page document in my hand. These are much shorter. That one was much more thorough. Kevin Landau was really pissed. Also a bad lawyer. So anyway, so in the complaint of the matter of the complaint of, someone said it's Owen Maloney. Eowyn. See, I pronounce it like it's in Lord of the Rings and it's a female. Eowyn Maloney against Nicholas R. Rekieta, a Minnesota attorney, registration number 0397061. But here's the most important part: determination that discipline is not warranted without investigation. So they didn't look any further into it than the surface level. There is that, like it says, without investigation, but as we'll see, there is actually a minor amount of investigation. Kind of interesting. But yeah, so this did not stick. There was nothing happened. 2, after reviewing the documents you submitted and the publicly available videos on YouTube, they had to watch the Keffals video. Okay. The director has determined not to investigate your complaint. The reasons for the director's decision not to investigate this complaint are as follows. Complaint summary. Attorney Nicholas Rekieta has publicly posted a video on his YouTube channel wherein he made statements regarding a transgender activist who posts under the name Keffals Lucas Roberts. In reference to Keffals, Mr. Rekieta stated, quote, I'm quoting here, YouTube, "Get the expletive wall ready because I have something to hang on it. You know what? Get a cross ready and get the expletive chainsaws ready." You believe these statements are unbecoming of a lawyer? I say, I disagree with this person, by the way. I think those statements are very, very becoming. That's it. That's the complaint right there. So there we go. Reasons for decision not to investigate. The subject of your complaint is an attorney's allegedly improper actions outside the practice of law. This office has jurisdiction to consider allegations of attorney misconduct, whether or not the actions were in the practice of law. In R.E. Perry, 494 Northwest 2nd, 290 and 290 at 295. The matter of Scalen, 269 Northwest 2nd, 834 at 841 from 1978. The other was from 1992. The director of this office also has discretion, however, to, quote, make such investigation as the director deems appropriate as to the conduct of any lawyer or lawyers. Rule 8A, Rules on Lawyers' Professional Responsibility. The director's office has determined that no investigation will be conducted. While the office shares your concern regarding Mr. Rekieta's speech, which is repugnant. See, I wear that as a badge of pride. Attorneys are afforded free speech protections under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Are they? Are they really? Is that weird? So attorneys have First Amendment protections.
No shit.
Like, of course they do. And the Bill of Rights in the Minnesota Constitution, particularly when that speech is unrelated to a client representation. These statements certainly do not reflect the best of the profession. Again, I disagree, good sirs, but that's okay. You are entitled to your First Amendment opinions. While there are certain circumstances. What the fuck? Oh, weird. So it took these out of order, but here we go. Where speech together with conduct outside of the practice of law might implicate the ethics rules, this specific content does not present a basis for an investigation. The director's office cannot represent you in any legal matter or give legal advice. You must retain an attorney if either legal advice or representation is desired, and they have 14 days to appeal. Mr. Rekieta is, by way of a copy of this determination and your complaint, being notified of your complaint and our decision not to investigate. Here we go. There's the complaint form. So Mr. Eon Maloney, there's the address here, email address and home phone number. I cannot fucking for the life of me figure out why you do this. Like, you think I'm the worst person alive. You think I am the scum of the earth, a monster. And you're like, I know what I'll do. I'll give him my address, my email, and my phone number. That seems like a good plan. Dummy. Why are you so stupid? Why would you think that this is a good plan? Like, if your premise is correct, that I'm a horrific, murderous monster, then this is the dumbest thing you could do. But okay, you done did it. You done did it. Then, of course, there's my name, address, relationship to lawyer, other. If you are someone other than the lawyer, the client, what is your connection to the lawyer? Complaint. Mr. Rekieta, notice they didn't put anything for that one. Mr. Rekieta publicly suggested that YouTuber and Twitch streamer Clara Keffals Drama, Lucas Roberts, should be subjected to lethal violence. This is not true. This is not actually true at all. But with statements such as "get the fucking wall ready because I have something to hang on it," that's not actually saying anything about lethal violence. Just want to be clear. You know what? Get a cross ready. Neither is that. And get the, I guess fucking is my guess, chainsaws ready. And they forgot to close quote this. So I'm still saying, apparently, this strikes me as behavior deeply unbecoming of any legal professional. So apparently, this is also part of my statement, just because they left off the close quotes. Are you submitting any documents to this complaint? No. Lazy. And then that's it. That was dated 9/24/2022. So this is pretty quick. I mean, this came in what, like 11 days? Something like that. Not bad. Next. I just have this one titled The 44. Because to complainants on the attached list, you want the epitome of lazy. You want the epitome of fucking lazy slacktivism. Because that's what these people are. Like, at the end of the day, we'll go back to it. But at the end of the day, these people are just lazy piles of shit who are so fucking entitled. They're so used to just getting what they want by shrieking in unison and breaking the windows of every business in town that they just copy and paste a slaggard paragraph together, all of them. It's the same thing. It's the same complaint 44 times. So they just combined them. And it's funny because that actually made someone mad. Here's this person. Captain C. Knuckles. I got 1-to-1 verbatim the same copy pasted response, same phrasing, same complaint summary, same time on the signature. They don't care even a little bit, or at least they change the summaries. Oh, sad. Does being a Minnesota resident make a difference? For reporting it? No, I got the same letter. Oh. They don't even care. They don't even care. Don't they know? Don't they know? Ah! We screamed at once. We all said the same thing. They're supposed to just do it. They're supposed to just do what we say. How can they not? Can you imagine living your life like this? Can you imagine, like, you live your life by not by the code of the funk, but by sitting there and just bitching online and expecting everybody to just roll over. And the sad thing is, they do so often that these people don't know what to do when it doesn't work. They're like, what? But, well, I sent in a complaint. You can just hear them. You can hear them at home. After reviewing the documents you submitted, this is to all of them, and the publicly available social media, because this one included a Twitter clip, the actual out of context edited clip that they use. The director is determined not to investigate your complaint. And this is critically important because the Twitter post that they submitted, if I'm not mistaken, is the Twitter post that flat out lies about what happened. Flat out lies, and includes the edited without any context or surrounding statements at all. And remember, the Professional Responsibility Office is taking this as true. It's taking it, okay, he said these things, for the purpose of this, he said these things. What do we do? Nothing. Of course they do nothing. That's what happens. Because there's nothing to do. Complaint summary. Attorney Nicholas Rekieta posted a video on his YouTube channel on August 26, 2022, wherein he made statements regarding a transgender activist who posted under his calling for her execution when he states that, quote, "You go on the fucking wall." Later, Mr. Rekieta states that she should consider finding a steamroller to let run you over. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm sorry. The steamroller, I feel good about that comment. That's like right in the style. Like, you should consider finding a steamroller to let it run you over. Because it's so fucking ridiculous. Reasons for decisions, it's the exact same answer. They even says, which is repugnant. Statements certainly do not reflect the best of the profession. If you have not figured out that these are templates, I hope they just have a Nick Rekieta file by now at the LPO. The LPRO, I should say. I think I hope they just have a Nick Rekieta template there. I should consult with them, and they could let me write the template for them. They just do that. I think it might be even funnier. But it's the exact same response. And that's the guy. You got 14 days to appeal. I corrected the order. Nicholas R. Rekieta, one complaint enclosed, other complaints similar. So here we go. Here's the complainants. I call these the 44. Samantha Goddard, Heidi Fan, Nathan Feldman, Kevin Balance, Michael Ash, Christopher Marshall Lincoln, Zachariah LeBrake, Cameron McCall, Tamis McCoy, Nicholas Rodriguez, Brandon Robinson, Josephine Smith, Noel Sears, Richard Susie, Thaddeus Hagen Smith, Amanda Black, Zachary Emstead, Linda Voigt, Julian Applebaum, Evelyn Hunter Talbot, Michael Rhodes, John Richard S., Alexandra Sanderson, Clayton Salomon, Joseph Dario Schmid, Forrest Miller, Benjamin Miller, James Parrott, Jane Ost, William Pra, Caleb Logan Greisacker, Jason Hatfield, George Johnson, Mallory Heath, Jason Carnes, Joshua Carl Key, B. Bell, Ryan Benefiel, Logan Richard Bernsten, Catherine L. Berger, Devin Chernesky, Az C. Bach, Rachel Kota, and Jason Durakshan. Jason Durakshan. So that is the 44. And then we will have the copy of Jane Ost's complaint is the one that they picked. So here we go. Address, email, phone number, blah, blah, blah. On his internet streaming show, Mr. Rekieta, they're so nice, so polite to call me Mr. Rekieta on this document, said that a transgender person, notice what they're focusing on this, but I didn't say a transgender person. Like, that's so very general, right? Like, I didn't say, get the cross ready to hang the transgender on it. No. It's just Keffals. It's just Keffals. It's just the pile of garbage doing bathroom HRT for minors. That piece of shit. That's the only one I was talking about. Not talking about transgender persons. There's no general transgender person. Like, the fuck are you talking about? But see, this is the insidious nature of this. And how fucking dehumanizing is this? Right? Like, how dehumanizing is this for Lucas Roberts? That they're not them. This person doesn't even consider them as Keffals. They're just a check. Just a set of check boxes. Just a trans. I think that's horrifying. Personally. To dehumanize someone to a label is one of the grossest things you can do. Like, this is just a transgender person. Oh, there's nothing else to them, I guess. There's no individuality. It's just a playing card, isn't it? For you. Just a token, right? For your virtue, you fucking bitch. Jane Ost. And I'm the monster. Not even Lucas Roberts. Not even Lucas Roberts is a fucking person to this. Lucas Roberts is a token to be used and wielded in a game for this person. That's it. Reduced entirely to their gender identity. Just pathetic. Should be put up against a wall and shot. I did not say this. I did not say this. Those words never, ever left my mouth. And they weren't even contemplated. I know there's been a lot, like, I should clear this up. I've done it like a million times. I know there's been a lot of back and forth, like, Nick should just say what he means, and blah, blah, he clearly means this. I actually don't. And I know that might bother some people, because some people are like, no, this is the correct take. And, like, in some ways, I can see the perspective. And I'm not just, like, covering my ass here or whatever. But legitimately, when I say someone goes on the wall, the words and shot do not follow in my head automatically. If I think they should go on the wall and be shot, I would say that. And some people probably should. But when I say go on the wall, again, it's a hyperbolic euphemism for removing them from society in some way or another. I've said it a billion times on the show. And I'm pretty sure there are times when I may have actually said and shot. It was never in relation to Keffals. Why would you waste the bullet? Have you seen ammunition prices? But it's this Again, this evil nature, just deceit and deception to destroy someone. That's the trick. Whatever I have said causes no harm to anyone, but they're attempting to cause harm to other people. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. I just think it's interesting because they just perpetuated the lie. And then, of course, they cite the Twitter post. I could actually pull this up. Can't wait for the Nick Rekieta saga in response to Keffals. Oh, so they don't even have the quote. Keffals is the one who had the quote about it. So that's that. Here we go. Here they all are. So there you go. That's the fan mail. It's actually wildly disappointing that that's all it was. And that's it. And it was just those two documents. I'm still waiting for more. More may come in, more may not. Like I said, the S-queer person, person has not, their complaint has not come through. Neither has Lucas Roberts or Clara Sorrenti. Neither of those names are on the list. Weird. Weird how that works, right? Like a big giant call to action and no follow through yourself. Okay.
So pour out another bag about more of the Freud. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear lost